Hi there and welcome to Amazing Radio's One Night Stand. My name is Tobi Lynn. On tonight's show, we have three very special live guests, as well as some special recorded performances. Here's the lineup.
I dream that you love what you see, and at least when I call, I can face into the quiet.
Hello, sir. You left your door unlocked. This is satirical that I feel so welcome.
Stop with your lies and deceit. Ringing up my phone every week, telling me that I'm sweet. I should have known that you were trash. Hashtag that to make it trend like a meme.
I don't mean to disappoint and tear apart, but baby, it's my heart.
One Night Stand.
We have such a great show. I'm so excited. I'm going to be joined by three artists, two in the US, A.O. Gerber and KennyHoopla, and one in the UK, R.A.E., who, by the way, just won the Glastonbury Emerging Artist Competition. We'll chat a little bit more with her later. But first up, A.O. Gerber. Now, you just released your debut album, but I hear it took 3 years. Do you want to talk about that process?
Sure. It was never intended to take 3 years. It was kind of just result of, lack of time, money, resources, and eventually bringing in another collaborator in Madeline Kenny as a co-producer. And so, it just kind of took time to work with all those variables. But ultimately, I'm glad that it took that time because it allowed us to be super thoughtful about everything that we included.
I love it. Now, speaking of this debut album, what's the first song you're going to play and tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, the first song's called In the Morning, and it's the first single that we released for the album. It's kind of about being in a really heavy emotional state, but feeling, I guess, revitalized or just more hopeful the further and further you get away from yourself and the more kind of into nature you get, I guess. And I wrote it in my car on an unplugged electric guitar in like a campground in Northern Oregon.
I love the picture of that, the scenic picture of that.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, we're in lockdown while you're going to play it, but we'll have that picture in our mind. So right now, it's A.O. Gerber.
Here I am again. Seems all of my life is to live for rise. I'm waiting in the weight of it, best I can. And everything takes time. That's what they say, darling, is on it. But I don't have patience for the pain of it anymore. Ooh, ooh. Traveling roads I know too well, searching for the places I call myself. I only want you in the evening time, when this earth makes up her mind to die another day. Wish we could all go that way, like setting suns on the rising line. I Wish I could drown this fucking heart of mine in that lilac painted ocean spreading wide. I wish I could find some way to pass this time instead of loving you. Ooh. Ooh.
Hey, Tilly from Lazy Day here. Amazing Radio has been such a cool home for Lazy Day's music over the years. From being played on their shows with their amazing DJs, from coming into the studio and being live in session, and now being on their A-list playlist. Thank you so much for supporting the songs that I write and for supporting so much new music on your station. We love what you do.
One Night Stand.
It's been great to work with Amazing Radio because for me as a German unsigned artist, it is very hard to get played internationally on radio stations. And now it's happening and I've grown my international audience, which is super cool. So thank you very much Amazing Radio for playing my songs.
One Night Stand.
Right now we're going to dig into the Amazing Radio Hall of Fame archives for a performance from British Ghostpoet.
disappoint and tear apart. But baby, it's my heart. This time I gotta follow it. I don't mean to disappoint and tear apart. But baby, it's my heart. This time I gotta follow it. I don't mean to disappoint and tear apart. No, but baby, it's my heart. This time I gotta follow it. I don't mean to disappoint and tear apart. No, no, but baby, it's my heart. This time I gotta follow it. 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 This time I gotta follow it.
One Night Stand.
Back with A.O. Gerber. Now, Olivia, you had said, quote, "To me, this record is about fantasy and loneliness and about how living in the fiction of your own head can make you lonely. This seems quite prophetic during lockdown." Was that intended?
Yeah, I don't think I could have possibly intended it, but I've definitely been thinking a lot about that as we started releasing the album in the midst of everything. The way in which I feel like a lot of the imagery in the songs and the imagery that we attached to the songs through the artwork have they kind of speak to like a romanticized version of quarantine that is very different, I think, than the quarantine that I and many are living. But I've definitely thought about that a lot. It's odd.
Tell me, do you get up in the mornings without first checking your cell screen? Do you start every day new? Tell me, do you make pancakes and coffee? If I don't eat, will you judge me? It's just that my face is filling out, and I've never known how to take care of myself in the mornings when the fences are high and I'm still dreaming things change. Take care of myself in the mornings so I'm not erased. Every night when I go under covers, I take off my clothes under cover. It's easier just not to see. And the nights when I go under cover and touch myself under the covers, I dream that you love what you see. And at least when I come, I can face into the quiet of evening when the fence defenses are low and I'm wishing I'd change. And throughout the quiet of the evening, I'll be erased. What do you think when you walk in alone in the gloaming? I want to escape to the place where I live in your mind. 'Cause when you get drunk and say something about Bowie, I don't understand, but I want to. And I think I feel your eyes growing tired of me. I want a love that's embarrassing. I want to know my own limits, 'cause I want more than I know how to give. So tell me, do you think that you could love me? Do you see something that's something? Or do you see nothing at all? And at least when I come, I can face into the quiet of the evening. For 2 seconds, I'm drenched in a love that's my own. And throughout the quiet of the evening, I'll find her. Tell me, can we make love in the morning? Fuck eating pancakes and coffee. I just wanna drown in the light.
One Night Stand.
That was the wonderful A.O. Gerber. Now remember, if you'd like to be part of our one night stand, go to amazingradio.us, upload your music, upgrade yourself to amazing artists, and you may be part of our one night stand in the future. But right now, it's all about R.A.E., who just won the Glastonbury Emerging Talent Competition. Congratulations, Rachel. I can call you, it's Rachel,
you.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, you can call me Rachel.
I like that. Now, Glastonbury unfortunately was canceled, but they went along with the competition. How did that all come about?
So my manager applied for me, and I had no clue that he was applying. So I just remember receiving an email that I've been longlisted, and I was like, "What? Like, I didn't apply for this." And so I was really, really like shocked but happy. And so then originally when you get shortlisted, you're supposed to perform, but because of Corona, they cancelled the competition. But then we received an email that they're going to go through with the competition, and instead of performing, they did a competition based off our music. And through my music, I ended up winning. And yeah, I'm performing at Glastonbury.
Yay! That's so awesome. It's going to be huge for your career. Congratulations. Now your name is Rachel, but you make
Thank
music
you.
under the moniker of R.A.E. Can you tell us a little bit about how that came about? Why you make music under R.A.E? What that stands for?
So my name is Rachel, but my nickname is R.A.E, and I spell R.A.E, R-A-E. And when I was feeling low and quite depressed, I remember telling myself, you know what, Rachel, you're going to rise above everything. And then I paused and I was like, hold on, that spells out R-A-E. And I said to myself, well, I don't just want to rise once, I want to keep rising. So I changed rise to rising, and it's rising above everything. So that's my name.
I love it. It's so empowering for everyone.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Now, over the weekend, you kindly recorded a live version of your song, Damn Germaine, which we really appreciate, and we're going to hear in just a minute. Can you tell us a little bit about that song?
Yeah, so Damn Jermaine's actually a fictional song, but based off friends' reality stories. And what I did is I just put a collection of their stories together to create Damn Jermaine, and it's about a girl who likes a guy, and her friend sees him kissing another girl down the road, and so the character basically confronts Jermaine, and that's basically what the song is, a whole confrontation.
Nice. So let's hear that right now. This is a live version during lockdown, recorded especially for One Night Stand. Damn Germaine from R.A.E.
Yeah, 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 yeah. This right here is the F-boy anthem. Go, 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 go. Damn Jermaine, I don't give a damn about what you say. Said I'll be your girl, man, you're always talking lame. When I look at you, things will never be the same. Cause I saw you down the street, kissing up a lane. Damn Jermaine, I don't give a damn about what you say. Said I'll be your girl, man, you're always talking lame. When I look at you, things will never be the same. Cause I saw you down the street, kissing up a lane. Damn Jermaine, stop with your lies and deceit. Ringing up my phone every week, telling me that I'm sweet. I should have known that you were trash. Hashtag that to make it trend like a meme on an app. Trying to get me to lap dance on your back. Who does that? No, really, who does that? I let it slide. I couldn't get your eyes out of my mind. Dimple so defined, you weren't petrified at the fact you said you had my back, but as a matter of fact, you took it straight out of your ass crack. Stop, pause, I'ma have to praise the Lord. He got me out of there before I was fully endorsed. Can't believe I used to like you. What? Every time I see your face, I'ma have to fight you. Oh man, a bunch of you guys are just the same. And this is why you got me screaming, damn Jermaine. Damn Jermaine, I don't give a damn about what you say. Said I'll be your girl, man, you're always talking lame. When I look at you, things will never be the same. Cause I saw you down the street, kissing up a lane. Damn Jermaine, I don't give a damn about what you say. Said I'll be your girl, man, you're always talking lame. When I look at you, things will never be the same. Cause I saw you down the street, kissing up a lane. Oh, why'd you keep on ringing me? Man, you're just too dead to me. Lying all the time, you could be lying down next to me, thinking that you're hot, but you're not. It's a lot to get my head around. I need to figure this out. Is she prettier than me? Is she thicker than me? What? So why was he kissing her? Is she taller than me? Has she got big breasts? Man, all of you guys are just a mess. Damn Jermaine, I don't give a damn about what you say. Said I'll be your girl, man, you're always talking lame. When I look at you, things will never be the same. Cause I saw you down the street, kissing up a lane. Damn Jermaine, I don't give a damn about what you say. Said I'll be your girl, man, you're always talking lame. When I look at you, things will never be the same. Cause I saw you down the street, what? Kissing up a lane. Damn Jermaine, 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 damn Jermaine. Damn Jermaine, damn Jermaine, damn Jermaine, damn Jermaine. Damn Jermaine, damn Jermaine, damn Jermaine, damn Jermaine.
One Night Stand.
That was a special live performance of Damn Germaine from R.A.E., recorded especially for Amazing Radio One Night Stand. Now it's time for our third guest. I'd like to welcome KennyHoopla. Kenny, you just released your new EP last month, but now we're in lockdown. How is that affecting everything?
Yeah, I just put out my first EP. It's pretty much just like an introduction to KennyHoopla sonically and an imprint of my growth, I feel like, and just kind of just putting my foot in the door, mostly, yeah.
So I read that you used to paint and break dance. You did photography, but about 3 years ago, you started doing music. What inspired that transition?
I had been in love with music my whole life. I feel like I was like more passionate about that than anything, but I just never had the resources. I mean, honestly, I grew up in poverty. I didn't have a way. When I got older, also, a lot of people were like around me were making music, or just in general, there's like everyone my age is just making music. Like that was the thing to do, I guess. But it seemed like a lot of it was just noise, and it didn't have much purpose, which is okay. Like people were just doing it for fun. But if I did do it, I wanted to make sure like that I did have a purpose and that I had something to say and that I was actually adding to music and not taking away from it. And it got to a point to where I felt like it was time for me to speak, and uh, I was able to have a resource to be able to be recorded by my friend. So that was what happened, and I've just been doing it ever since.
Now we're going to see the video that you recorded for your song Plastic Doors. You did this all on lockdown. How did you decide where you were going to record it and how you were going to do it?
I had a different concept of the video, but then that had to get canceled because of the virus. Um, so we just went out and we just shot. We try to like make it more isolating and like speaking to the times. I thought I was scared that people would be upset or like it might come off insensitive because like I was outside and stuff, but um, people actually like enjoyed that and they were able to like relate with it, which was awesome. We definitely only had like 3 to 4 people on set. Like we were rarely close to each other, but it was kind of sketchy also. There were like cops driving by and stuff, and we didn't really know what was gonna happen. We just like shot that in a day, just made it quick. It's like about this story of this kid. He was getting bullied and he retaliated, and then he had to run away, and he goes into the woods, and then he finds this old man, and the old man lets him in, but only because like he's lonely and he's not like the best person also, and they end up seeing reflections of each other, and that if they don't change they'll end up like each other.
Hello, sir. You left your door unlocked. Is it satirical that I feel so welcome? I'm in a bad shape, feeling like Square One. Would you clean me up? Would you clean
Stand.
Hello, I'm Ryan from Bedroom, or BDRMM as we're formerly known. Amazing Radio is great. They've always given us support that we needed, even from the beginning when a lot of others wouldn't. It's just a great platform for emerging artists, and I couldn't recommend it more. I wouldn't be sat here and saying it if it wasn't. So yeah, just upload to them and they'll give you the time of day.
One Night Stand.
Well, that's it for this edition of Amazing Radio's One Night Stand. I want to thank all of our guests, A.O. Gerber, R.A.E., and KennyHoopla. And thanks to you for watching. Keep those uploads coming, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Amazing Radio. One Night Stand.